Maybe, can we tape it?
Without tape. Rather have nice clear sound. So,
Well, then maybe we switch it
put on
around.
the other side. See, this way.
There we go.
Microphones have his and her
You wanna take
sides.
that? Yes. Okay. Here we go.
You guys can chat
This
for 2
kinda
seconds.
come
We
back
still have
underneath
the-
your
Oh,
ears.
okay.
I'm not getting fresh, don't worry.
No problem.
Don't worry. I would, but, you know, this is just...
It was real terrific to see him
Yeah.
doing this movie.
Yeah. Oh, I just knew that you both would get lots of work from Small Affair. I just felt that you would.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you
Oh,
very
yeah,
much.
because I liked that film a lot, and I thought you were just two dynamite young performers. I just thought surely
It was a lot of fun, and he was so terrific to work with. I can't even tell you.
was he?
Yes.
We're ready to
Yeah.
go here.
Well, there
3,
seemed to be a nice
2,
chemistry there.
1, and action.
Well, to me, here we are in the middle of a conversation that we were having already. But anyway, it's very nice to have a chance to talk with you. As I was saying to you, and we'll just continue that conversation, that when I saw No Small Affair, I really thought, here are two dynamite young performers who have to get more work as a result of this. Let me ask you first of all, that was a picture that was pretty much you and John Cryer. Now this movie, St. Elmo's Fire, is an ensemble piece. And as far as what you do and what you hope films will do for your career, would you rather be in a movie like No Small Affair than an ensemble movie?
I enjoyed doing both. It was very special to be a part of an ensemble and this particular group of people. But I wouldn't choose one over the other. You know, I think they both have are beneficial and were great.
As far as this particular role, you're a young woman described as one living in the fast lane, and she's having a little bit of I guess, an identity crisis, isn't she, in her life?
Yeah, in a sense. I think she's someone that is creating, and has created an image, an exterior to hide behind because of, you know, she's a woman who is filled with insecurities and feels completely inadequate, and has created this image and is now trying to live up to it constantly, and you know, you get caught in a vicious circle, you know, when you do that, which is what she ultimately, you know, crashes.
In your own life, was there anything that you could identify with as far as Jules and where she was at that time in her life?
Very much so. You know, I think I really understand that kind of fear. You know, I moved around a lot, so I changed schools a lot, and you constantly are trying to fit in, and I think that's what Jules was doing. You know, I really understand creating and searching for that thing, the answer that's going to fix it, which, you know, she's just looking for that one thing that's going to fix it, and going through so many different schools, I can really always trying to fit in and get in with the crowd and be liked, and I think really, I mean, ultimately that's what she'd like to she just wants to be liked and accepted.
Is that why you went into acting, do you think?
I think that's a big part, you know, a big part of it.
To get the adulation and the acceptance and so forth?
In a sense, it sort of just seemed to, I feel like I've been creating and have been creating characters all my life. You know, you go to different schools, and it would be a game for me to play. You know, every new school, the challenge of fitting in, and yeah, I think it ties right in for me.
What kinds of different characters would you be?
Oh, nothing in particular. You know, just different kids have their different styles and their different cliques, and when you're always the new kid, you know, you tend to just take on whatever needed to sort of blend, not even be different, just, I mean, because that was already a given. I was already different because I was new and from someplace else, and I don't know. There's no. I mean, it was real interesting. You know, the difference all over the United States, different kids, and
I wonder, because you are quite often compared with Deborah Winger, you look a little bit like her, you have that kind of wonderful husky voice. Do you find that that's been a plus or a minus for you?
my voice.
Well, just your whole look and the fact that you are compared with Deborah Winger.
It's definitely been a plus because it's never held me back, and I think I'm different. We're different enough to where it would never be a conflict. I take it as a compliment.
Do you, have you ever been up for the same roles as far as you know?
No, because she's so older than I am.
In this movie, were you always considered for Jules, or did you read for some of the other women?
Always considered for Jules.
Would you have been attracted to any of the other parts?
But I think that she was real exciting, real compelling, and I really felt I had an opportunity to take a character and really go someplace. You know, she had a real beginning and a real end, and it was a nice challenge.
I'm sure that acting is about the most important thing in your life at this moment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you ever stopped to think that if for whatever reason you couldn't act again, what you might do with your life?
I don't think about it. I don't. Not right now.
Something that you just wouldn't want to try to deal with, huh?
No. This is enough to handle working on.
And what's next? Do you have something coming up?
Nothing definite yet, but some real possibilities, but nothing definite.
The look on your face says something terribly exciting if it comes off. Am I right?
Something great, yes.
Yeah. Well, to me, it was nice talking with you, and I enjoyed your performance. Really fine performance in St. Elmo's Fire.
Thank you very much.
Hope the movie does well for all of you and for you in particular.
Thank you.
Was.
Very nice. Very.
Okay, point of view. What is she looking at, Rob?
Yeah.
Here?
Okay.
Mhm.
About right there, I think I'll do it. Yeah.
Right here?
No, the light post.
I'll put it next up there. Okay, roll it. Thanks. Roll it.
Do you have any preference over doing an ensemble picture like St. Elmo's Fire as opposed to No Small Affair, in which you star with John Cryer? Were you always considered for Jules, or did you read for some other parts as well? Would you have been interested in any of the other women's parts? If for some reason you could never act again, have you ever thought what you might do with your life?
Okay, stand. Hold on a second. Just put it out for us. Let's.
I'll start from the top then.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any preference as far as an ensemble picture like St. Elmo's Fire as opposed to No Small Affair, in which you starred with John Cryer? Were you always considered for Jules, or did you read for some of the other parts? Is there anything in your own life that helps you identify with Jules? What kinds of roles would you take on?
Okay.
Problem?
Stand. Bar. One in the shot. From the shot. That's better. Jerry, can you flash me some bars for a second, please? Jerry? Joy. Okay, first. Right?
They're not, you won't have to go through this with all of them.
This is a light load. We had 21 in LA. 21 television
yeah.
interviews back to back. This is, I'll be just like figuring out what to say by the time it's over.
You're doing fine.
Take our bars.
We're done with bars, thank you. Okay.
Rolling recording.
Okay, Bob.
Is there anything in your own life that helps you identify with Jules? What kinds of roles would you take on? Because of your looking like and sounding somewhat like Deborah Winger, has that ever been a problem for you? Have you and Deborah Winger ever been up for the same roles? I'll take that again. Have you and Deborah Winger ever been up for the same roles? Okay. Let me just give you now some reactions. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.